Hello, in this video, we are going to cover SF Symbols, Apple's icon library that is integrated into its operating systems. Here we are on the SF Symbols page in the Human Interface Guidelines. So I'll put this link below, but all you have to do is search for SF Symbols, Human Interface Guidelines, or HIG, and you'll find this page. So SF Symbols are part of the San Francisco system font. So that's Apple's main font used in its operating systems. My previous video covers San Francisco, so go check that out. But what's nice about SF Symbols is that they are part of the font, so they can, as it says here, align with the text in all weights and sizes. So if the user changes the font on their phone or their device, the symbols will change in weight and size along with the font. So they could choose a larger font in their settings or a smaller font, and the icons will adapt accordingly. So moving along here, availability of individual symbols and features varies based on the version of the system you're targeting. So you have to make sure that the version of the OS your app's being created for supports the icon. So Apple adds new icons to the library every year, and it's just, you have to be careful that the icon you're using is supported in the version of the OS you're making the app for. Rendering modes. So SF Symbols provides 4 rendering modes: monochrome, hierarchical, palette, and multicolor. They give you multiple options when applying color to symbols. So to support the different rendering modes, SF Symbols organizes a symbol's paths into distinct layers. For example, the cloud.sun.rain.fill symbol consists of 3 layers. The primary layer contains the cloud paths. The secondary layer contains the paths that define the sun and its rays. And the tertiary layer contains the raindrop paths. So you can see those 3 paths at play here: the cloud, the sun, and the rain. So there are those 4 modes are monochrome. So monochrome applies one color to all layers in a symbol. Within a symbol, paths render in the color you specify, or a transparent shape within a color-filled path. So you can see here there's one color. This blue color is being applied, and it is the only color available in these icons. The second rendering mode is hierarchical. Applies one color to all layers in a symbol, varying the color's opacity according to each layer's hierarchical level. So the different layers in the icon, the topmost layer would be that primary color, and then the layer behind it would be this subdued blue. And you can kind of see that in all these examples here. Palette is the next rendering mode. So it applies 2 or more colors to a symbol using one color per layer, specifying only 2 colors for a symbol. That defines 3 levels of hierarchy, means the secondary and tertiary layers use the same color. So you can see the examples here. We're using blue and gray colors. The topmost layer for the arrow is blue, and the box behind it is gray, and the same with all of these. So if the icon has 3 layers, what it's saying is that top layer will use one color, and then the same color is used for the second, third layers. Multicolor applies intrinsic colors to some symbols to enhance meaning. For example, the leaf symbol uses green to reflect the appearance of leaves in the physical world, whereas the trash.slash symbol uses red to signal data loss. Some multicolor symbols include layers that can receive other colors. So what's really unique about multicolor is that Apple is specifying what colors should be used. You'd use palette if you wanted to use a more custom color for an icon, but for multicolor, Apple is explicitly saying red is the color for this trash can. This little green badge on this folder, that green color is being specified by Apple. You cannot change those colors. In the case of this color icon, you can change the blue color behind it. It's just that green color. There's specific layers that Apple is explicitly saying it needs to be a color. Regardless of rendering mode, using system-provided colors ensures that symbols automatically adapt to accessibility accommodations. Confirm that a symbol's rendering mode works well in every context. Okay, then we talk about variable color. So with variable color, you can represent a characteristic that can change over time, like capacity or strength, regardless of rendering mode. So you see here, the speaker icon has these different states, and that's showing that is probably showing that, the volume of something is turned up all the way. That's indicating that all three of these sound waves are a solid blue, and then just different states of the volume can be represented in these other icons. Another example of this would be the loading indicator that you see everywhere, that little spinning indicator, which shows a highlighted color around a circle and it animates, that's using variable color. And then weights and scales. So SF symbols provide symbols in a wide range of weights and scales to help you create adaptable designs. So going back to dynamic type, the user might choose to have all of the text on their phone be a larger size, and this shows what icons might look like at that larger sizes at different weights. Each of the 9 symbol weights from ultralight to black corresponds to a weight of the San Francisco system font. Each symbol is also available in 3 scales: small, medium, and large. And it shows what those look like at those different scales. Design variants. So here they're just talking about that you can have a slash or a badge on an icon, or it can be enclosed in a box or circle. So in the SF Symbols app, you can actually specify create a custom icon that is enclosed in a box or circle, or has a slash, or has a badge on it. In my next video, I'm going to cover the SF Symbols app itself, and we will go over that. Animations. So there's a ton of animations you can do in SF Symbols. Unfortunately, you can't really export those animations into Figma, at least not that I know of. If there is a way to do it, let me know in the comments section below. But animations kind of live in the SF Symbols app. You can customize them a little bit and then export the code for that animation to be used in Xcode. But it's nice that in the app you can see them, preview them, and customize them a little bit to get them the way you want. So there are different kinds of animations. We have an appear animation, which just kind of pops the icon into display, disappears, the opposite of that. We have bounce, which is kind of a nice animation. Scale kind of just changes the size of it. Pulse is pretty cool. So it just kind of pulses the kind of the color in the symbol. Variable color, so we can animate the variable color, and this is kind of like that loading indicator I was talking about, but we can kind of see things change over time. And then replace, you can just kind of swap out one symbol for another. Magic Replace performs a smart transition between 2 symbols with related shapes. So for example, slashes can be drawn on and off, or badges can appear on the icon like this. And then Wiggle moves the symbol back and forth. And then Breathe smoothly increases and decreases the presence of a symbol. Rotate rotates the symbol to act like as a visual indicator. I like this fan icon. It's pretty cool. And it says apply symbol animations judiciously. So yeah, don't fill up your screen with animated icons. That could be quite distracting. But using them every now and then can add a little bit of whimsy to your app. Custom symbols. So if you need a symbol that SF Symbols does not provide, you can create your own. You can do some custom symbol creation in the SF Symbols app itself, or you could draw your own symbol outside of the app in Figma or whatever app you use. And then there are ways to create a custom symbol, an SF symbol out of that. And I will cover that in a future video as well. And that's really it. There's videos available. These videos were created for Apple's developer conference. So, definitely check out this stuff. There's also links for typography about San Francisco that are worth checking out. And check out my last video on San Francisco where I cover that. So in my next video, I'm going to cover the SF Symbols app for Mac. It's a powerful app that lets you manipulate and customize some SF symbols for using in your app. So you can create a symbol, change the colors, create an animation, and then copy that symbol for use in your designs, for in Figma, or directly into Xcode. So watch for that coming soon. If there are any comments, let me know below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.